And we begin tonight with preventative measures now being taken after a reported measles case in Central Texas.
Yeah, this afternoon, Mexia ISD reported that one person has contracted the viral infection and just decided to close all its schools tomorrow.
And even though the district is taking the day to deep clean, there have been conflicting reports about this.
And when we reached out to the Department of State Health Services to get more details on this case, they told us it hasn't been confirmed. So now we're going back to the district to get some clarification.
So while that's getting sorted out, Rockwall County says a measles patient has been released from the hospital. This was the first reported case here in North Texas.
And as Richard Solomon reports, they're taking new steps to inform residents on how measles spreads.
Officials tell me they don't believe there's a threat to the public because the person who did contract the disease didn't travel anywhere inside of Rockwall while contagious. But for places like daycare centers who deal with kids every single day, I'm told they take preventative measures to make sure nothing spreads and leaves inside. At the Kendall Academy Daycare in Rockwall, there's a method to Alora Wilson's madness.
Today's germs are going to stay with today, and tomorrow it's all new, everything's squeaky clean.
Methods that are used daily, deep cleaning before and after every day. And methods that she describes as valuable.
Any illness we're not going to want to spread. We tend to take a preventative approach at all times.
On Tuesday, the Texas Department of State Health Services confirmed the first reported measles case in Rockwall County.
I wasn't overly concerned. We did understand that it was an isolated case.
And this is Jim Bartow, a spokesperson with the county. He says the person, who is an adult and is not vaccinated, traveled internationally. Bartow says that's how officials believe the disease was contracted. He says the person was released from the hospital.
Right now, we are not worried about any other people being exposed, again, outside of the emergency personnel.
Rockwall ISD says this letter was sent out to parents and guardians. A part reads, quote, "At this time, there are no reported cases within our schools." Wilson isn't worried about there being a spread either.
At the end of our day, we use an additional deep sanitizer. And that's going to spray all the toys. We mop with it.
Because she says doing the little things daily, they go a long way. In Rockwall, I'm Richard Solomon.
And with Mexia ISD closing down tomorrow, we decided to look deeper into how public and private schools stack up for measles vaccination rates. Our largest public school districts like Dallas, Fort Worth, and Frisco ISDs all had vaccination rates higher than 80%. In comparison, private schools like Excellence Academy in McKinney, Collin County Cornerstone Christian Academy, and Dallas Christian Academy are under 40%. Mercy Culture Prep Academy in Fort Worth had the worst vaccination rates in our area at 14%.
You know, if you're my age, you remember people getting measles as a kid. If you're in your mid-20s, it was eradicated in the U.S. before you were born. But however you're processing this outbreak, we want to help you make the best decision for your family. And you can get all the answers you need right now on WFAA.com. We just spoke with the chief of infectious diseases at Children's Hospital. Dr. Jeff Kahn answered everything from how do I know if I'm vaccinated to who's most at risk right now.